思った配信はね、欲しいな。
本当に。
僕、心こもってないからな。
いや、あなたもここめっちゃめちゃこもってますよ、あなたも。
僕、淡々としかやってないんで。
あ、本当に。
あれを淡々とってちょっと、なん
無理
か
かね。
難しいな。残念です、なっちゃいますよ。
じゃあ、アレキさん、そろそろやれますか。
やりますか。
じゃあ、ちょっと見ようかな、楽しみに。
見ましょう、見ましょう。はい、じゃあ一旦、最初はガワインさんの方でお願いします。
はーい。
じゃあ、
これを見てから、
さあ、頑張ります。声入ってんのかな。まあ、いっか。
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today our new season begins with an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
じゃあ、もう聞くからでーす。
The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed
うわ、
up.
蹴りすぎ
We
た。
are underway from Atlanta. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the
Yeah.
end zone for a touchback here.
今日は何で来るかな。シングルバック。違うわ、ショットガンですわ。
Now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion
出た。
left. Here's Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
最後やろ。
That was just shy of the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp,
なるほ
and
ど
the
な、そういうプレー
preseason
もあんのか。
that led to that first throw of the year.
いいプレーや。
Point it right, point it right, point it right. 180! Run, run, run. Kings, Kings, Kings! What's that?
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin.
ナイス。
And nothing doing.
ランは止めます。
Taken down at the
ランだけは絶対許さない。
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Up, Justin! Regular, regular, regular! Pistol, pistol, pistol.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. So the completion results there in 9
な
yards.
ビッグリターンです
And
か。
they'll leave it with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
180! Real, real, real. What's up?
Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
うえー。
Already
はい、止めました。これさ、どういうルールやっけ、ギャンブルのルール。全然わからんねんけど、ギャンブル好きにやっていいってこと？さっき聞けばよかった。あ、いいよ。この天才点に完封は無理なの。昨日は運よく来れたけど、それは問屋が下ろしませんよと。お前単発やる誰やねん、ミドルホール見てるやつ。
And the Bucks are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5. And looking to throw, Penix. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
早速ですな、マンツー。まあ、昨日とそんなに守り方変わってないでしょうと。んで、ビジャンがおったらな。辛いです。お、ゾーンか。ゾーン。お前そんなパスも取れへんのが下手くそ死ね。いってもううっさいわ。
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out. You want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways.
そんなにいかれんねん。俺らフィジカル足りてないんだよか。
Now 2nd and 5.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
A quick throw caught by Evans out wide. Down the left sideline. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
やっぱビジョンおらなきついってイメージわかん。
He starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason He was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Kings!
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he stopped immediately there. Give up maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big winner.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw.
なんでカバー2でコーナーが下がってんのねえ。5分や。
How did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
In motion left, the tight end. Irving is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Penix.
全然出れてへんやん、下手くそ。だからクビなんねん、お前。クビにしよう、マジで。こういうやつ。
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll throw with Penix. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He's got his
Go, 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 go.
But first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So much for the 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. A chance for their first points of the season.
いやー、怖い。ビータベアですか。
Penix to the air once more.
おい、タッチだ。
Kyle Pitts, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are back within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14.
何サイド蹴んの？あ、
Boy, a little panic here early. A first quarter onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first
勝手にオンサイドを進め先行いてほしいな。
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
They run out of the gun with Irvin.
はい、ランは止めます。
Met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
180. In motion left, Godwin. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Regular. 180.
Mayfield now.
うわ、びっくりした。
Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little
すごいカバレッジや。
by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
リアクション。
180.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he
Shit!
didn't hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position.
やめてくれ、こっからギャンブルはほんまに。
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
180. Run. Up.
The slot man in motion right. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's complete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Let's go.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, Martin, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just
なんでさ、お前、センスねえわ。
keep throwing it around.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside
オッケーオッケー、悪くないよ。
into the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Penix.
お前、しークソザゴ。だからお前クビなんねん。
Yeah, Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
試合が硬直してきましたね。
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, it may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
だって投げたくなるよね。わかるよ。
Second and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the
pass. Off offense を止めてきた。
That position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. The Falcons send Jamal Agnew deep to return. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
マクラウドさん、投げません。
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Buccaneers. Will take over.
お前さ、ロンドン、お前がそんなんすると勝てへんの試合。わかります？ロンドンさん。
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And he's put it down, but not before he reaches.
いや、きっしょいな、あのファンブル。死にさらすよ、マジで。
22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. To throw, Mayfield.
出しろや。クソボケ。
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. To the left side.
ディフェンスはよう頑張ってる。なんだオフェンス。
So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
やってみる？ちょっと嫌やけど。
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief though? When they only give
あ、
up the
ゴ
field
ミに
goal,
投げてしまっ
and they
た。
were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they
し終
didn't
わっ
cost
た。
their
首
team
に
a
しよう。
touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, two's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple
ゴミですけどね。
But this time they let him roam down the
そんな
field.
ことは分かってたん
And
で
a
すよ。
nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On 1st and 10, it's out.
前。
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It was Jamel Dean who brought him down.
どうかな。的には通んねんけど
Really
な。
nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game.
Yes!
As well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
そうですよ。
First target, first catch, and a first down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
And give to Algier out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken
こ
down.
こがアルジアとティージャの違いよ
Credit him
な。
with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They work now on 2nd and 9. To the air, Bennett. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
フォースダウン3以内やったらいい。
8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll set up a throw. That's
Why?
the Algier. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down. That sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the
そっちついてきますか。 お、さっきの分。いやな、それぐらいやらんださっきの分帳消しにならんわな。僕は頑張ってたから3点に抑えれたけど。
And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. True able to 17-14. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's a good 10. First down, Tampa Bay.
180.
Here's Mayfield.
1点、それは。
It's Chris Godwin. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 45 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa
う
Bay.
わー、これやったらさっきのカバーの継続しとってよかったな。隠れたな。
And the Bucs add 6 to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 1260, 1260.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's going to be caught by Pitts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Falcons, 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Yeah!
Goes a Buccaneers.
トミが。
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They're looking to throw. Penix. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
お前さ
That's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football.
パスやんけ、クソが。
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's
完璧なパスや、ゴミ。
No doubt about
ドリーや。
staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on the job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
やっぱこういうとこで QB の差出るよな。
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Open man is Ibuka. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
ああ、キモい。死ね。
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut.
なんでやねん。きっしょいわ。なんでそんなパスが通んねん。きっしょいわ。イライラする。
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Penix. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we've hit
いや、でもこの試合壊したんは君ですよ。フェニックス君。君です。先般は今のところ。フリーやったもん。ギリギリやな。オキさんのオフェンスをどう止めるか。まだなんとかなる点数ではある。
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage.
そういえば、ロンドンってもうファンブルしてるのね。
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
はいであっこ投げたらあかんやろ。
And it's a huge return as he brings this
はい、終戦。自信5キロ。
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just
イラ
know
イラ
that
す
the
る
head
という
coach
こと
looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
180. What's that?
A run up the middle
い
with
つ入
Irving.
ってるのかしてくん。
He's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Falcons 14. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10. At their
僕の前に姿を見せるな。
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go. Here we go. 19, 18.
Penix working out of the gun here. He's got this to Algier. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
and the Falcons 1st down.
Complete to Louis on the slant. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll throw with Penix. He's got his pass
なん
catch
でさっきその
inside.
パスが投げ出した
And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons 1st down as he'll take this down inside the 45.
ハウハウリ
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
19, 9.
To throw again is Penix. first down.
遅いわ。今更見つけたわ。このブレイクの仕方。
This opening weekend.
わかったわ。
Falcons are able to cut into that deficit.
今更。
This
遅かっ
opening game
た
has certainly not
も
gone
う
their
ワ
way
ン
to this point,
ポ
but
ゼッ
yeah,
ション
that
近い時に
touchdown
気づいておけばよかった。これ、
maybe a glimmer of hope for
ぶ
the
ち抜
long
けるや
season
ん。
ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Throw it, Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Abuko. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
180!
Mayfield now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player. Maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Point it right, 180!
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 14-yard line.
Second down and 8.
Kings! 180!
In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So getting 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Quick throw, Mayfield completes it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. McLaughlin for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
I think you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Penix. They drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Now it's the backup Cousins. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 46
to throw, Cousins. That's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are at their own 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the interception, Mayfield airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now Mayfield.
お前さ
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40.
わざと投げさせてんのにさ
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
20! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Regular, regular, regular! Hey, alert 33! Pistol, pistol, pistol. What's that?
Mayfield on play action. That is caught as Chris Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now a 2nd and 10.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Real, real, real. What's that?
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. This is caught. Into the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hey, alert 33! Set! Stop!
They'll run with Irving. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1.
Set! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 180!
Now they'll empty out the backfield.
Stop!
To throw, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Emeka Egbuka with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And the Bucs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action now. Cousins. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. They'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft complete.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
In motion, the tight end. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
これで続行するって普通ありやった。
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Algier now up the middle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
2 yards. And the Falcons first down.
On play action, Cousins. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Cousins to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The ball quarter.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He had a man open, but missed him, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now Baker going to change it up. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Now a 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Irving. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him in the ballgame now on 14 carries. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bucs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon.